Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're tackling your source, 15 Mindset Hacks for Success and Growth by Guru Mantra. The core idea here is that our mindset isn't just, some abstract concept. It's like the engine powering our lives. And just like an engine, it might need a tune-up sometimes to run smoothly and, well, take us where we want to go. This source gives us 15 specific strategies, or hacks as it calls them, for thinking and acting in ways that can help unlock potential and foster growth. Think of the image the author suggests, a head full of interconnected gears. It's about how these different ways of thinking work together.
That's right. And what's fascinating about this source is its practical approach. It takes the seemingly abstract idea of mindset and breaks it down into actionable steps, these hacks you can actually implement. Our mission today is to dive into your source, pull out these strategies, understand what they are, and maybe explore why the author thinks they matter for, your own journey towards success and growth.
Exactly. We're going to try and get to the heart of these ideas quickly so you don't have to sift through everything yourself. Let's unpack this source and see what essential nuggets it offers us. So let's start with what seems like a foundational idea in this source. Hack number 1. Do things you love first.
Mm.
The author makes a pretty strong claim here, arguing that doing what you love can actually increase your salary, make you happier, boost competence, focus at work. How does this source suggest putting this into practice?
Well, it really highlights the tangible benefits of passion. It's not just fluff. The source gets quite practical. It suggests ways to weave what you love into your career path or even start small. It mentions things like maybe starting a part-time side business. Could be for tax benefits, meeting like-minded people, working on your own terms, that kind of thing. And it also emphasizes continuous learning in that area of passion, saying, deep knowledge often leads to income opportunities. The examples are pretty relatable too, like turning a love for kids into a daycare job, or maybe a passion for baseball into a podcast or blog.
Okay, so it's not just about blindly following a dream. It's presented as a viable path with real, practical, maybe even financial benefits. It seems to be about aligning what you do with what you truly value. Speaking of valuing things differently, hack number 2 takes an interesting turn. Laugh at yourself. What does the source say is the power in being able to laugh at, embarrassing situations?
Yeah, this one raises a really important question about how we handle discomfort and self-perception. The source points out it's actually hard for others to mock you when you're already laughing at yourself. It kind of takes the wind out of their sails,
All
right?
right.
It reminds us that everyone does dumb things. We all mess up, but those moments don't define who you are. And what's fascinating here is the connection the source makes to the chemical side. Laughter releases dopamine.
Ah, the dopamine hit.
Exactly, which makes you feel happier and can genuinely alleviate the pain of embarrassment. It also notes that people are often drawn to those who don't take themselves too seriously. It mentions comedians as an example.
So a simple shift in how you react to those awkward moments has social advantages and a direct chemical benefit. That's a powerful connection. Okay, now moving from external reactions to internal awareness, hack number 3 is reflect and relax. Includes that classic wisdom, know thyself. How does the source frame this essential practice?
This hack strongly emphasizes the need to step off the fast lane, the constant busyness. It suggests quiet practices, like meditation, or even just sitting in a dark room to reflect. The source links our tendency for constant thinking and doing. It links that to a failure to notice the abundance we already have in our lives, which allows that scarce thinking to creep in. So taking time each day to reflect, even briefly, is presented as a way to truly appreciate life's gifts. It also, maybe surprisingly, includes complimenting yourself to boost self-esteem and push that concept of lack away. And it connects this reflective time to expressing gratitude for what you have.
That ties really nicely into actively shifting your focus from what's missing, that scarce thinking, to what you already possess. So if reflection helps you see what's there and understand yourself better, then hack number 4, have a strong purpose, seems like the logical next step, right? How does the source guide you to actually finding this purpose?
Yeah, it connects directly back to aligning your actions with what truly matters to you. The source acknowledges that, look, many people have passions, but they struggle to make progress because daily tasks just get in the way.
Totally.
So it proposes concrete journaling methods to try and uncover your life's purpose, like writing down why you think you're here, your passions, what brings you joy. And it stresses being 100% honest with yourself. It offers prompts too, like when have you been truly happy? Or what would you do if you only had 1 week to live? To sort of dig deeper.
Wow, those are big questions.
They are. It also suggests thinking about what you do with no limitations and even planning backwards from an ideal future self to help set goals rooted in that purpose.
Okay, so reflecting. Hack 3 helps you understand yourself. Finding what you love, hack 1, points to paths. Then defining your purpose, hack 4, gives you the deep why behind it all. Now, once you have that strong purpose, the source introduces hack number 5. Patience is the key to success. Why does the author claim patience is so crucial, especially today, in a world that just demands speed?
Right. This raises a really important question about our fast-paced culture. The pressure for immediate results. The source argues that patience actually opens doors. It opens doors to new opportunities, allows you to genuinely live your passions, and helps you adopt a more positive mindset. It offers 3 specific points. First, waiting makes you value things more. The source uses this relatable analogy: the fast food hamburger versus the full-service restaurant burger.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, the idea is waiting for something often increases its perceived value and the happiness you get from it. Second, patience allows new opportunities to emerge at the right time. Whether it's investments, buying a home, or even achieving dreams, sometimes you just have to wait.
Let things unfold.
Exactly. And third, patience changes your perception, both of yourself and others. It encourages you to be less demanding of instant perfection. Give others time to be creative. Give yourself time to develop fully. Be more fluid, less rigid. It concludes that success often favors those who are patient with themselves and, reasonable with others.
That hamburger analogy is good. Yeah, that really does paint a clear picture. Valuing the process, the wait, makes you think about what instant gratification might be costing you. Okay, shifting gears entirely now. Hack number 6 is simply exercise. We all hear about the physical benefits, obviously, but how does the source specifically emphasize its impact on our mindset?
What's fascinating here are the specific mental benefits the source lists. It goes beyond just the physical. Exercise releases those brain chemicals that relieve stress, boost your mood, that feel-good factor.
Endorphins and all that.
Yeah. And critically, it also builds confidence. Not just from, say, appearance changes, but through the discipline it takes to stick to a routine, to build new habits. Successfully completing a difficult workout gives you a real, concrete sense of accomplishment, progress, which feeds directly into confidence.
Ah, okay. The achievement aspect.
Exactly. And it also develops mental toughness, that ability to push through when it's uncomfortable, which the source links directly to building and maintaining confidence.
So exercise is presented almost as a fundamental building block for mental resilience, discipline, self-confidence, not just physical fitness. Interesting. Building on that idea of internal strength, hack number 7 is surround yourself with motivated and strong people. The source calls this vital for changing your mindset. How does our social circle influence our inner state, according to this author?
Well, it highlights the profound influence of our environment and the people we choose to keep close. It matters a lot. The source suggests actively cultivating relationships with positive friends, people who support your growth, whether it's in business, life, or maybe they're just fun to be around. And it offers specific strategies for nurturing these connections. First, forgiving wrongdoing.
Forgiveness, okay.
Yeah. Holding on to negative energy from past hurts, it argues, only attracts more negativity. It stresses forgiving others and yourself to make space for supportive relationships. Second, being consciously aware of your own thoughts. Maintaining a positive mindset, the source claims, attracts better people. It suggests showing the love and respect you want to receive, and trying to understand why others might communicate or act differently. Recognizing their experiences, their mindsets, instead of just reacting when triggered.
It seems like managing your inner world directly influences the quality of your external relationships and the kind of people you attract. That leads us nicely into hack number 8. Don't compete with others. The source is pretty blunt here, saying there's no point to compete unless you want to self-destruct. Why such a strong statement?
This raises a huge question about comparison culture, doesn't it? Especially with social media amplifying everything, the source strongly advocates for cultivating an abundance mentality, which means appreciating what you already have while still recognizing what you aspire to. It states really unequivocally that you are unique. Comparing yourself to others is just fundamentally unfair. You're different people, different paths.
Right, apples and oranges.
Exactly. The focus should be entirely on self-improvement, striving to become the best version of yourself. The source does acknowledge that social media makes this comparison trap really difficult, and it stresses being mindful of your engagement, your connections online.
So the measure of success isn't against others, but against your own potential. And being aware of those external pressures pushing comparison. This ties into hack number 9. Stop judging other people. The source explicitly links judging others to having a limiting, fixed mindset. How so?
This connects judging directly to closing off your own perspective, hindering your own growth. The source basically argues there isn't just one right way to live. People living differently aren't necessarily wrong. They're just navigating reality based on their view, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to live according to your values. The source claims that letting go of this judgment leads to healthier, stronger relationships. It provides practical steps too, like identify the judgment first, then reflect on why it caused a negative reaction in you. Try to look past the surface, determine what's possible. It says move on, and strive to maintain positive intention and open heart and mind.
It's about cultivating empathy, isn't it? And a broader understanding by turning the mirror back on yourself when you feel judgmental. Okay, let's connect this back to purpose again. Hack number 10 is find your vision. Aren't you destined for more? How does this build on the idea of purpose we talked about in Hack 4?
Yeah, this highlights a crucial distinction between having a purpose, the deep why, and having a clear vision, which is more like the how and where for the near future. The source challenges you. Why are you waking up each day? Is it for something you truly love? It notes that material wealth alone won't cut it, won't bring happiness without that alignment.
Right. Purpose matters more.
Exactly. It reiterates finding purpose through reflection, identifying what really makes you emotional. Once that purpose is clear, the vision becomes your guiding light. It helps you assess if your current actions are actually moving you towards it. The source suggests writing down your plan to achieve this purpose and editing it as needed. This written vision serves as powerful motivation, especially when things get tough.
So purpose is the deep why, and vision is the actionable what and how for the coming period.
Got it. To pursue that vision, the source introduces hack number 11, cultivate self-love. It states it plainly. Your life has meaning. You are worthy of self-love. Why is this presented as so fundamental?
This is positioned as the foundational step for unlocking happiness, success, growth, all of it. The source argues that believing in yourself is the necessary first step to changing your mindset. When you truly believe in yourself, it says, it opens up a whole new world. It allows you to approach life, approach others with curiosity and wonder. From a growth mindset, instead of shutting down possibilities with a limiting, negative, fixed mindset.
Okay, so it unlocks potential. How do you build it? It offers 3 specific, practical ways. First, revisit your past accomplishments, no matter how small. Write them down. Second, list the skills that actually enabled those accomplishments. What did you use? Third, write down everything you admire about yourself, your qualities. The source claims the simple act of listing these things boosts confidence. It provides a tangible reminder of your strengths, especially when you're feeling low.
It's about building that internal validation system then, creating a personal record of your capabilities and worth. With that self-belief strengthened, hack number 12 tackles something many of us struggle with. Conquer your fears. The source is very direct. Your fears will not go away unless you face them. What benefits does the source list for stepping outside that comfort zone?
Yeah, this raises that important question about the boundaries we set for ourselves, often unconsciously. The source argues that actively doing things that scare you is essential for expanding your mind, your potential. It lists concrete benefits, like gaining a clear understanding of misconceptions you might have about places, cultures, whatever, proving to yourself that you can achieve things you thought were too scary, and developing new ways of thinking because of those unique, maybe challenging experiences.
And how do you start facing them?
It provides steps. First, acknowledge everyone has fears. Don't be embarrassed. Second, write your fears down. Understand why they scare you. And it suggests crossing them off and noting your new thinking after you overcome one. And third, critically, determine if your fears are reasonable. Distinguish genuine danger from irrational anxieties. And then work on changing your mindset around those irrational ones.
Facing those irrational fears, the ones that hold us back unnecessarily, that sounds like a key lever for unlocking potential. Definitely. As we navigate pursuing purpose and conquering fears, the source brings up hack 13. Eliminate distractions and have more focus. In today's world, this feels more relevant than ever. With the constant flow of information, technology, how does the source suggest managing this?
What's fascinating here is the link the source makes between focus and being discerning. It argues that learning to ignore the fluff information, to concentrate on what truly matters, that's the essence of being discerning. This means you have to consciously choose where to direct your energy and actively decide how you spend your time.
Taking control back.
Precisely. Don't be afraid to delegate tasks you lack time or passion for. Let others do work if it makes sense. The source stresses reflecting on your time usage. Is it serving your goals? Or is it hindering productivity? With limited time and just infinite options, it says you must learn to say no, organize, protect your time, maximize it for the things you love and that align with your purpose. It notes this requires self-reflection, which ties back to those earlier hacks, doesn't it?
It really does. Learning to say no and actively protecting your time, that sounds like an essential skill for focus, for intentionality.
Mm.
Following that, hack number 14 is express gratitude for everything you have. The source says this practice is more than just being aware of your blessings. What are its broader effects?
This highlights the really significant impact of gratitude beyond just personal feelings. The source states it fosters appreciation for your own efforts and the efforts of others, which leads to a happier, healthier life overall. It offers practical ways to integrate gratitude. Writing down daily gratitudes in a journal, maybe to reflect on when you're feeling down.
Mm-hmm. A gratitude journal.
Yeah. Practicing mindfulness to acknowledge what you have and receive daily. Cultivating inner happiness that way. Sharing your appreciation with meaningful people, letting them know you care. And simply saying thank you more often, just being conscious of it. The source claims these practices help shift your mindset towards growth. It even suggests this shift allows money and positivity to flow into your life.
So gratitude is an active practice, not just a passive feeling, presented as a way to fundamentally change your outlook and attract positivity. Interesting connection there. Finally, hack number 15. Don't spend money on bullshit.
Yeah, it's direct. How does this financial hack fit into a list primarily focused on mindset?
Yeah, it feels a bit different, doesn't it? But it connects by linking financial prudence to your overall well-being and your ability to actually pursue your goals and vision. The source frames budgeting around saving and investing to fuel those future dreams. It offers specific tips, setting small, achievable savings goals that add up over time, minimizing expenses. It even suggests relocation if necessary, paying off debts to free up funds.
Practical stuff. Very practical. And most importantly, paying yourself first. Viewing savings as the most critical expense because it can generate future income and finance your goals. It basically positions financial discipline as a practical component that supports the kind of life where growth and success are actually possible.
Right. It's about aligning your financial resources with your broader priorities, your purpose, making sure your money habits support your mindset goals. The source then concludes with a thank you from the author, expressing gratitude for support, wishing readers strength and discipline, and asking for reviews. Wow. Okay, that was a deep exploration of 15 distinct strategies from your source, all presented as ways to shape a mindset for success and growth. We covered quite a spectrum, didn't we? From the internal work, self-love, reflection to external actions like managing relationships, finances, dealing with distractions.
If we try and connect this all together, these hacks aren't just isolated tips on some list, are they? They seem to reinforce each other. They form an interconnected system, like those gears mentioned at the start. Self-reflection can reveal your purpose, which then drives your vision. Self-love gives you the strength to conquer fears. Positive relationships, a non-judgmental attitude, they create a supportive environment. While focus and financial prudence provide the practical means to pursue your goals, it really suggests that consciously tending to your internal world has a direct, tangible impact on your external experience and achievements.
Exactly. It makes you think about which of these gears in your own mindset engine might need the tune-up the author talks about. So, with all these potential shifts in mind, what does this all mean for you listening right now?
This really raises an important question, doesn't it? How might consistently applying even just one or two of these principles from the source, how might that subtly but fundamentally alter the trajectory of your daily life, your long-term goals? What's maybe one small hack you could start implementing today?
Something to chew on, perhaps, and maybe put into action. This has been a deep dive into your source, 15 Mindset Hacks for Success and Growth. We hope this exploration has given you some valuable insights to think about and potentially integrate.